morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh, good morning, Timmy. Good morning, Walleye King. Good morning, Susan. Good morning, 42's in the house. And Big T-shirt Billy. Oh, Eden's out there. Good morning. Good morning, Red. I know you're there. Canuck, good morning. Good morning, Lake Girl 19, better known as Ms. Montana. Yeah, she's married, so it's Mrs. Montana, sorry. I always get messed up. Croatian dude, 96, good morning. Good morning, Simply Sue. Good evening to you. I'm surprised you're not in bed yet. Maybe you are listening to us. Good morning, Flutter Girl. And King of Snarls and Ramblin' Rock 2718. Rocket Bob's not here yet, but he probably will get here. Yeah, what was this? Oh yeah, Red. Big Red. Where Big Red at? Wait, oh, there's old Snarly. Yep. Good morning. It's Tuesday, everybody. And I'll tell you, those people in Iceland, they must have heard me because they done got their shit together and they've moved the road some 300 feet, maybe more. It's off the screen, man. It's off the charts. Looks like they raised it approximately 10 feet. So, yeah, about a truck size. So maybe a little more, maybe about 15 feet. So I'll show you here. I just wanted to see if we can see where the edge is. Snooker 2 will show us where they're dumping it now. And I'm looking at Snooker 4. Let me see here. Yeah, there we go. There's Snooker 2. All right. So, yeah. The Iceland report. Wait.
The Iceland? What the hell?
I don't know. What?
Who touched all this? Oh my god. Brr.
Oh, man. Yeah. Anyway. Good morning. Let me show you here. Boom, 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 boom. Damn, turn that one off. And then go to here. I don't know what the hell. Somebody driving something out there. And it vibrating. Probably the dang neighbor, man. Anyway. So they're scraping all this. And they're loading it on trucks. And right over here as well. And they're driving all the way. Right here's where they were. And the water was spraying on that hot spot right there because that's an area where it went over. And also another spot went over. So looking away, further away, you can see up in this far right-hand corner. Now I can probably mess around with that here. Let me see here. Go down here, display. Yeah. I can zoom it in on for you. So you can see what the heck they're doing out there. You can see there's a spot too that was overflowing. So they got to go here all the way around the corner to build it up. It looks like they're going at an average of 15 to 20 feet. These are pretty big damn trucks. So they take a couple of scoops of that excavator. And they had 5 trucks out the other day. And you can see on the left-hand side, you can't see it on this shot, but over here they're scraping here too. There's an actual road that goes in between here and goes out the gate. See, this gate got shut, which the road used to come here and here. Now it goes out this way, goes around it, and then back onto the road because this flow stopped over here somewhere. And it built up and built up and built up, and that's why it went over the top on here. and around this corner here. But that's live from Iceland, and you can see that right there, a little more clear. You see all this hot mess here, and they built up a berm to stop it from moving. Yeah, and now they're, grading it up, several tractors, and you see they're dumping about 2 trucks every 2 minutes or so. I know, right? It's like the gold rush, but in reverse. Now, the guys in the gold rush, they do a lot faster movements, but see, he's turning around here. What the hell is this guy doing? I don't know. Wait. Oh, he's going to turn around right there. Yeah, well, all right. Yeah. Well, I guess they got to get this guy coming through here. How many they got? Yeah, he's coming through here. Oh, he's got an empty rig, and this guy's gonna. I was like, why don't you just wait your turn? Let this guy do it, man. Yeah. Well, we're just gonna back it up. Smack. All right. Alrighty then. Looks like they're gonna get through. Coffee, man. Coffee, man. This little section here, there's they have a trucks have been coming by dumping stuff right here, but I don't understand what they've been doing. But the big dozers, there's a dozer right here, and there's 2 more over here on a corner. Looking at this one, you'll see them down here. 2 more dozers scraping up this area, so they can build that wall a little higher over there. And you can see it's still smoking, right? Now it started smoking down here, and then they put this berm up, and then it went out. So, but yeah, that's that. Anyway, solar wind right now is 341. Proton density is 3.86. That's the stuff that the sun shoots up at us, right? We've had a couple of M1 flares. You want to check them out? Oh, let's see. Let's check out the X-rays here. Yeah. A couple of M1s. Oh, it's broken. Well, good thing we got a second guy to check it out. And it wouldn't be here. But the BZ's way in the south. That's because I'll tell you in a minute. Yeah. Oh, the satellites have all been down after the other M1 since 2120 yesterday until about 12 UT right now. The satellite was down. Wow. All right. The last X flare we had was today. No, wait. Was on the 10th. That's when the booger we're going to talk about zapped us really good around the 10th. They're calling it a superstorm. The last M flare was yesterday, not today. And the last geomatic storm was on the 15th of June. So, in this day in history, 2015, we had an X 1.3 or 1.13. 2000 we had an M3, and 2000 we had an M2, 2000 an M1, all on this date. So M flares are pretty cheap in 2000. That's 24 years ago, right? And then 29 years ago is when the last X1 hit. However, the busiest time that we've had in the last 3 cycles is right now. So it's pretty crazy. Let's see if we can look at what's going on here. Here that little monster is right there. Now it's smaller now, but it's its 3rd trip around the sun. We talked a little bit about that yesterday. And yeah. So 3664 is now called 3723. Right there. 3664 is right there now. Remember, in the 10th of June, It zapped us like a bunch of times with M or X flares, and now it's not doing it, but it's doing it. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean, Jellybean? Yeah. Son having a heart attack possibly. Yeah, well, the closer to what do you call it? A solar maximum we get should be in 2025, but the solar the closer we get, the speaking Timmy's language out there, you know. Yeah, anyway. Closer we get to solar maximum, the more all the sunspots will gravitate toward the center equatorial region, and they'll get bigger and nastier, and a greater chance for X flares. Snarl found an anus in Missouri. Well, man, it's the wrong type of year for that. You know, that's your holiday, man. Yeah, I know you like the fall, and because there's your special day, one day where you can eat pumpkin or whatever you do. Yeah, looking for your anuses over there on Route 66 on the other end of the fudge factory. They have a fudge factory in Missouri. It's the show me state. You sicko. But you fit right in. Anyway, you see how many sunspots we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I guess they're talking about this all being the same, but I think that's a newer one there. And if we look at the LASCO, let's check out LASCO here. And you see there's, look at that little bumper. Mm-hmm. And yeah, this thing's kicking them off up in the north. Yeah, could be in the backside. Something just happened over here, right there. I believe that's away from us, so I don't think it's coming at us. But that could be part of a slow mover. Yeah, because there's a lot of schmeg being dropped out, man. Let's look at this further out. Yeah. I didn't see it this time. Yeah, let's see it 6:30. All right. That satellite was seeing him. How about this one? Yeah. Well, I guess it's not showing up yet. But that all might be one right there. See all of it coming out. And then that little popper right there. Maybe a filament came out. I'll try to find more information on that for you. Quick look at what's going on. Not a whole lot. All right. So we couldn't see what was going on with the flares the last few hours. Maybe 12 hours. KP index is under 3 right now, so it's not a whole big threat. There is no significant coronal hole. Looking at the solar disk, you see the bright area here. Yeah, that's 664 down here. And it's quieting down here. So if something did go off on that other side, more than likely it's this mess around the corner. And again, this is tied to our planet's magnetic field. So as the solar disk spins this way, right? It spins freaking astronomically. The size of my little, plus sign here to magnifying glass, that's the size of the Earth, comparatively. So, you can see this mess over here. It's about 10 wide, 10 Earths wide, and 6 or 7 tall. And this stuff's already gone, so yeah. Yeah, all right. Let's see. Still, Class M chance 60%, X is 15, but 664 has power to do it. It still has a beta gamma delta magnetic field. Fireballs through around North America. There's only five of them yesterday. Today, there's 2,349 potentially hazardous asteroids, and that's an asteroid that's 100 meters or larger, or a football field size or larger. And today, being the 25th, there are 2 rocks out there, 75 feet and 60 feet across. The 60-footer is about 5 lunar distances away. So if we did the math, 3,008. What is it? Oh my gosh. 384. That's what I thought. Damn it. 384, 401, multiplied by, what is this one today? 5.1. 5.1 divided by 1.6. About 1,000,000 miles away, 1,000,002. So it's like 250,000 miles to the moon for us right now. About 245,000, 240,000, 244,000 miles. So we're looking at 5.1. Just multiply that and you'll get it. So it's 1,000,002 out to this rock. That's a 60-foot rock hurtling through space at about 7.9 kilometers every second. So 7.9 divided by 1.6. That's about 5 miles an hour. 5 miles a second. You multiply that by 60, and you multiply it by 60, and that's your hour. About 17,000 miles an hour. Yeah. Pretty serious, man. And that's what it takes to get into orbit. It's about 17,000 miles an hour to stay in orbit. It's synchronous orbit, that is. And the other one is 3 times that distance. So 1.2 multiplied by 3. So it's 3.6, 3.7 million miles away. You had some melting heat wave, Eden. Yeah, it's a little bit humidity here we've had, but not too bad. It's got to be the guy with his motorhome next door. Anyway, what else? Yeah, we can get out of this thing because we've covered everything, right? Yeah. To Alaska. How about the solar wind and pressure? Let's check this out. Pressure stays low. Standoff is there. Proton density is low too. The sun's relatively quiet. No CMEs at the moment. And we can check this out. And this is out to the 29th, so which is about 4 days from now. There's a little plasma coming at us, and it looks like there it is right there. Some solar wind behind it. Okay, so we're going to catch a little something. Probably about KP4, and solar wind will get up to about 4.5 maybe. So nothing too serious. All right. How about the buoys? Anything drunk Chinamen out there? Yeah, I don't see anything out there. And there's definitely no storms. Otherwise it would show up. Yeah, no drunk Chinamen, no Ruskies. The Ruskies went north already. Something wrong with their submarine or something. But if you won't believe that, no, crap, yeah, right. How about the tremors? How are we doing on tremors today? Or yesterday? Oh my gosh, still 390 of them. And yes, Vancouver Island, it has moved from about here all the way up. Yep. Crazy. I'm still vibrating down here, Medford. Yeah. In Eugene, Roseburg. It's kind of like, let's see, I don't know if you can see this. Yeah, you can, good. Sideways view, right? So you have the plate. So, the plate went like this, right? And then in a little bit. And then there's another line. And then out. Right? And then in a little bit. You're standing on, in this view, you're standing on the Pacific plate, looking at the Juan de Fuca. Right? And then where it goes under the land is out here. It's kind of a different kind of view, right? There you go. You can kind of see what I'm doing. In looking at what's happening is, if you were to push pressure, hey, stop that, right there. If you were to push pressure down on this end would come up, or there'd be ripples, right? So the uplift over here, or the downlift, or down pressure, right? That we felt over here, right? We're starting to feel it, or see it, not feel it, but see it, vibrations up in this area and this area. And then, and we do the Puget Sound, right? Kind of like the San Francisco one, which is way down here. And this is Vancouver Island out here, all right? So, and this probably just goes like that, eh? Just, now you can see it. There you go. So when you push down on one side of the plate, it rippled. And it rippled going in that direction. Right? So this part of the plate, and this again, removing the Pacific plate, we have vibrations on land up in here, and we also have it right now somewhere between here and here, about half to 3/4 down. But we had them here first, and then they moved, and they moved, and they moved. So it's almost like it rippled. It began down here and rippled all the way down. So you can imagine a wave, right? Thank you, Snarls. You can imagine a wave, a slow-moving wave of solid mass or semi-solid mass that kind of rippled all the way down or up the Juan de Fuca. Now, in other suppositions like mine, they said it goes this direction. I completely disagree with it. I think it's counterclockwise. The Pacific Ocean runs counterclockwise because it's moving faster than everything else. And I'm going to save that one. Save. Right? Drop that down. So this is moving at some 70 millimeters a year, and this is moving like 24. Because this is moving so fast, it's created an eddy up in here. There's another eddy right down here and another one down here. Why? Because it's grinding. You have a big grinder, right? So this is moving in that direction. This is moving in that direction. It's the grinding's here along the plate. So the Pacific Ocean's like going here, and the North American plate's coming here. As it gets close, and then you have the Mendocino, you've got the Blanco, right? These faults traverse the Pacific plate, right? And then you have the trench, or the trench is up in here. You know, this is the edge of the Juan de Fuca, which it goes up here and then over and then up, right? So you can see kind of why I think it's doing it. All right, see, there you go. And this is that. Oh, this is that, and then down here is where the San Andreas kicks in and goes down. But it's this thing here, the Blanco fracture zone right here, the Mendocino, that's right here, and this other one doesn't exist. So sorry about that. Probably threw you off. I apologize. But it's the Mendocino, the Pacific Ocean hitting this ridge, and the little ones up here, turning all of this in that direction. If it was reversed, that the Pacific Ocean was coming down, then it wouldn't be doing that, and this wouldn't have an eddy up there in Washington and Vancouver. It wouldn't be there. So the pressure is coming from the south, and it's hitting this flat edges right here and here, because it's moving at 70 millimeters, right, a year. This is cruising this way and somewhat this way, so it's like probably like that at some 24 maybe millimeters. So that's why I said, what's going on here with these vibrations? Well, it's because number one, it's being forced under, and this is more shallow up in this region. We've learned through study that the shallowness of the dip, of the dip of the plate, right? So it's not just a line here, and I gotta change the color here, because this is the lithosphere, and this is the crust, right? There's a little bit of crust on this as it drops down, right? And then we have the crust here, more shallow, and the water was probably right there. There's water that goes down this too, by the way. It's more shallow of a dip than down in where the Mendocino Ridge is. I wonder why. This is more on this area down here. We've learned that there are 4 or 5 sectors in here, much like the Japan area, and it's weird because it's not dead on, because the Pacific Ocean's going to north-northwest, and all the faults generally are south-southwest, the opposite direction of it. Weird, right? So you see the coast right here, Vancouver here, and the Olympic Peninsula, and Columbia River, California, right? San Francisco, right? And you have the Juan de Fuca here, right? So this is moving that direction. This is kind of moving in that direction now. And all up here it's moving in clockwise, as the entire Pacific Ocean moves in a counterclockwise. If the pressure was from the north, if it moved clockwise, like somebody had said, which we all kind of started at, this wouldn't happen. It has to come up from the north. Also, as we studied Baja to BC, the entire west, all of this is moving north. So, all right. Yeah. Sell me shoes, right? Yeah, right. So, if this is all moving north with the plate, that means it's kind of like this. You've seen a gear, right? This gear is turning that direction, and it's grinding along the plate, you know, of the North America as they come in contact. So all this pressure is moving north. It's not moving south like we were told. So I humbly disagree with the man. And I'm not going to mention his name because inconsequential. I think he's added to the conversation, you know, brought it to the forefront, and has said some really good stuff. His observations are good. However, it's not coming south, it's actually going north. Yeah. So what happens over in Fiji? What's going on? Well, you know, Fiji pops a lot of the times, right? So if we're looking at Fiji, you know, so the idea is that it starts in Fiji and then backdrops the whole way. Well, it's not starting in Fiji. Fiji's the weakest place, right? Things are moving like 100 down here, right? So we did, check this out. You just have to think logically. I mean, Hawaii, the Pacific Ocean is moving at 100, right? In Hawaii. And are we all zoomed out? Yeah, we are. There we go. We're going to go one more. There we go. No wonder I couldn't see it. The Pacific Ocean is being pushed that direction. You can see 102, 82, you know, 12 and at the Bellany. This spreading ridge here is going 78 away from each other. 94 over here. 103, 100. It's moving so fast. And it's diving underneath in the Tonga Trench at a very stark angle, much like it is in the south here, but not up here. All right. So if this is moving all that direction, all these arrows are pointed in that direction. They're not pointed south. So earthquakes, they don't begin here. It might appear that way, but all the pressure starts up in here, right? And it spins this direction. You can see all these arrows are tilted to the left. They're not tilted due north. And this is the larger side of it. So it's grinding up against all these and being turned in. And you'll see even Australia's moving north. I mean, it's weird. Australia's moving north, crunching all the maritime continent. Yeah. And out of Asia, right? All that stuff's going south, and then crunching in to India's moving north. Yangtze's moving south. All this stuff's moving south and moving right, but all this stuff's moving that direction, north northwest. And our major quakes that we have out here are due to the north northwest movement of the plate. Yeah. But let me tell you, this day in history, Papua, 7.1, 1976. Yeah, up there in the Bismarck Sea. Yep, that's a plate boundary right there, and you can see it as we move over here. Here's Papua, there's the plate boundary right there. that earthquake hit, and that spreading, that spreading center right there. This is the purple's compressional. That means it's being pushed faster and it can take it. Yeah. So it looks like two ends crunching, much like Southern Cal. This is from Lompoc to 29 Palms or the top of San Jacinto Fault. So north of LA Ventura all the way to Riverside, that's compressional. What happens in compression, man? Things lift up, right? Mountain building. That's where you get, Big Bear Mountain and Air Lake Arrowhead and the other. So crazy stuff. Big T-shirt Billy. Ringer. How you doing, Ringer? Thanks for following. So in retrospect, looking at the history of Papua, and we'll go ahead and do terrain here. This day in history, 1976, right here along this plate boundary, right out here. You can see the trench that's out here, right? Yeah. Bam. Big quake. And that's the today in history. Papua, 7.1. One of the world's deadliest earthquakes initially caused 350 deaths. Then a few days later, a number of people were reported killed by landslides. The numbered death toll is between 5,000 and 9,000 people were presumed dead in this area. 6 villages were reported completely destroyed. Yeah. Pretty crazy. Now, they just had another landslide here, a month ago? Wiped out a whole town. No joke. The whole town was wiped out. Because they're mining up in the mountains. These are mining towns, and these people are, giving us all their gold, and we're taking it, and then they get buried. Just like the Chinamen that are buried up in Tahoe Lake, and out in the desert. I don't know how many were buried out there. But progress does progress, and people die because of progress. Yeah. You got to eat. Yeah. But anyway, that's this day in history, June 25th, 1976. Right on. All right. So the latest earthquakes, according to USGS, right down Fiji, right there, 548 deaths. We're looking for up to a 5.8, shallow, within 1,000 miles of it. So all the way to Santa Cruz, Samoa, and the Kermitics, looking for up to a 5.8. More than likely, it'll be a 5.2 and be, 200 to 300 depth. That's just my take. Reveal Gigito Islands, 4.9. That just happened. Yeah, hey, I just watched the time change. That was weird. 5:56 UT. Well, that's a few minutes back. Right? Right there. 4.9, so it's a 5. Then north of Los Angeles, right? In the Maricopa Flats, better known as Tajon, and you have to go all the way back, is a 4.1 and a 3.4. Bang, bang. Now, that is almost dead on the spot. I'm going to say 1952 and also 1872. And Canuck's got to tell me, because he's got better memories. But this Fraser Park, the Tehachapi earthquake, and I can look that up for you here. Tehachapi earthquake. 1952, I was right. 7.3. The second strongest earthquake in the last 100 years. Well, if you count a few others. Because 1906, right, was a 7.9 up in San Francisco. Yeah. So, yeah, 7.3. In the last Ridgecrest quake, July 5th, which is almost 5-year anniversary coming up, right, was a 7.1. 1940, El Centro popped with a 7.0. And this one, 1952, was a 7.1. So May and June and July seem to be busy times. 1989 was the 6.9 up in the great, San Francisco World Series quake. Yeah. In 1994 was Northridge, 6.7. So, you go to 1992, out here, where the compression is from right here's the compression, the top of this fault that everybody's Garlock fault. Everybody's afraid of it, but from that point all the way down to Banning, the San Bernardino Mountains, the San Gabriel Mountains, right? This part of the San Andreas is compressional. Old North America banging the Pacific Ocean, right here to right here. Then this starts the San Andreas, then the Imperial Fault. And the Imperial Fault is the East Pacific rise as it hits land. And yeah, so I think the San Andreas, to me, as it moves about 20 centimeters, or 20 millimeters, centimeters would be crazy, 20 millimeters a year, from what I understand. I could be wrong. You can correct me, put that number in chat. 20 millimeters a year, San Andreas. I think it just grinded it out softly. I think it used to look like this mess. All these lines. But, and it was the East Pacific rise. But as North America came across, it has moved west. It went under the East Coast all the way. And certain key times, the scars are still there, When it stood there for a while, like the Rio Grande Rift, and then out here, in the Wasatch and Hurricane, then out here at Walker Lane and the rifts out here, the Panamint Valley and Death Valley and Owens Valley, and then the Severe, which is right through the top of the Sierra Nevadas, and then now we're out here in the San Francisco. The progression west, as the land moved over the rift, it has shifted and it's gone west. See how it goes out this direction? Well, if there was something running up on it, it would bend out here. But there isn't anything running up on it. So, But anyway, Hawaii's popping a little bit. Japan, yeah, on the Triple Junction. Hey, 5.4. And the Falkland Islands down here, we don't see a whole lot of here. This whole area's got a lot of volcanic activity. Drake Passage, the most dangerous place to be in a ship is right down here, because the Atlantic and the Pacific meet down here, right? And the Sandwich Islands here, crazy. Yeah, intermontane, all connected. That's right, sister. Melt want to recharge. They're near that epicenter. Yeah. Tejon, Fort Tejon, 1857. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And then 1952. 100 years apart. All right. So we have what? An estimated 20 more years for Tejon to go again within. That is, if the last 100 years showed us anything. So we have Tonga popping here at 5.1, Fiji at 4.8, which just happened, and Fiji at a 4.9, which happened prior. That would be 2256, 23. All right, so this Fiji here, 4.9, can pop anything up to a 5.9, shallow. However, it probably goes a mid or low fives, and it would be 2 to 300. And this one's at 10, so it's at 5.1 at 10. Probably because they didn't know what the actual depth was. Over by Halmahera, Indonesia, yeah, on either side of the Malacca Sea, the island got nailed with a 4.4 and then a 4.9. And right here, Ibu and Dakono volcanoes are popping off strong. You're talking a mile, 2 miles high, all the time, every day, for almost a year. So it's like, hey, something's going on. Yeah, the Pacific Ocean is being driven into this area, in that that clockwise right here. Here's Palau, and then we got Guam, which is going to tip over. I don't know. A senator said it, or congressman, wherever the hell he is. He's a wackadoodle. Yeah, he's a skinwalker here, eh? And don't see anything earthquakes here. Up here by the stands, Tajikistan, again another 4.3. Even China has gotten quiet. Izmir, near Izmir, at a 4.7 over here in Greece and Turkey area. And we ought to see some activity kind of go up through Europe and into up in this direction, but we haven't yet. So keep an eye open. Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, still vibrating. There's a lot of pressure being put upon here. Now, you remember Haiti's had a couple of big quakes, a couple of 7s over the last 5 years. And the Clintons stole all that money. Yeah, Clintons and the Bushes. Yeah, greedy bastards. And I can say something because I donated to the poor people of Haiti and they never got the money. So, fuck them. People talking too loud here, eh? Yeah. I wonder if the Intermontane Fault Zone is their Laramide, or is it severe? I think it's a Laramide, which is after the severe. And that stems from about 50 million years ago. Right in tow with what? Anyway, I'm not going to say anymore. Down here in Baja, we had a 2.7, and way up north, yep. Mineral Flats, yep. Right next to what? Mount Lassen. Yeah. Pressure coming out on the Texas liniment. Yep. Morning, everybody. She says morning. Yeah. Okay. So let's look at the volcanic news. In the news today, according to Volcano Discovery, they make the news, right? Karaminski, Simiru, Ibu, Rick James, Reventador, Sangay, Lubutobi, and Sabancaya. Reventador, possible emissions, they don't know. Simiru, 2,000 feet, popping over there in the armpit of not South America, but Java. Yeah, the bottom part of Java, so down over here. And Hawaii is still making its mess. Right here, right? So right here on that corner there by Mei Long is Simiru. There's Bali right there. Look for the seahorse. There's the seahorse. There's Little Toby, and there's Little Tolo on the Palau island here. All right, Little Toby and Little Tolo. All right, right there. There's the seahorse. So that's what's going on here. Two volcanoes, very, very, very active. Two volcanoes, very, very, very active. There's Merapi, there's Merapi, there's Krakatoa, all pretty active. And I think there might be another one up in there that's semi-active. I know down on Halamarahara, there's a little one that's active down here as well, but it isn't as active up there. Also, there's a volcano right there, Raung. That's been busy over the last year. And over here, Papua, Manam's been popping. Also, there's been a volcano up on this side and on this side of the Bismarck Sea and Papua New Guinea that has been popping, right? Then, of course, you got forget about it. Right here, it's popping up here and down here. Three of them out in this Vanuatu. Excuse me. Apologize. So the volcanoes have been active. I don't think there's been anything active in Fiji because it's never in the news. I just don't think it is. New Zealand has up in the lake, Tapu, it has been some, active volcano with a big lake in it, but nothing happening there. Then we have White Island, which is out here, and people go out there to see it, and it's a volcano out in the middle of the damn ocean, and it's round here. Do you think that that's a big caldera? That'd be one hellacious caldera that didn't make it. Or is it just the ridges that come in? Ruffles have ridges. Then we know about the Tonga volcano that exploded and came apart. Hunga Tonga Happy Eye? Yeah. Devastated Tonga. Yeah. The largest explosion we've had was a VEI 4. Largest we've had in quite some time. Oh, love you too, sister. Your back's hurting, your back went out on Sunday. See a chiropractor, babe, if you have to. Or get your hubby to, give you a rub down, or go to a masseuse. I know one, and she's a little far away from you, but I know she'd come and see you if she could. But she's got what she's trying to do, which is great. Yeah, even Alaska's gone quiet. USGS is not reporting a whole lot because there's not a lot going on at the moment. And that's why we're talking about all these different things. So, come on. There we go. Volcanically. Sangay, just not a whole lot. Ibu, 15,000. Now, Ibu is a near 5,000 foot mountain. It's 10,000 foot Paparini out of Ibu. Yeah, it's a mean sucker. Sebankaya down in the armpit of South America, going to 24, so that's a 19, about 5,000, a 1 mile high popper. Little Toby, 10,000. And I told you, look at the seahorse, and yeah, Little Toby's right there. Probably, I want to say it's I just want to check. Yeah, it's 55. So near 5,000, near 1 mile high. Probably because the weather is just not blowing the ash strongly. And then over there, so Simiru, again, which is right here. Here's no, not right here, but around the up the trail there a little bit. Yeah, about 3,000 foot. Here's Karaminski, Kamchatka. A new series of eruptions is taking place. Yeah. Yeah. The Russians take that picture. Yeah. Rick James, volcano update. The hazard maps, as you can see. The National Weather Service released an update risk assessment following the cessation of a recent eruption, noting the changes in several other areas. You can see it has ceased. It's cooling down. Yeah. No signs of the glow, no more. Right? Simiru, 15 to get. I guess Simiru is pretty good. Sengay, it's a 17 going to 20. It's 3,000. So that's what's happening up there. Yeah, we're gonna pray for sis. That's right. And how I always pray is, oh God, help. Please bring corrective. I can't even spell it. Corrective order to the spine of my sister, Susan. Bring total restoration and healing and no more pain. Put the nerves back and take the swelling away. Thank you, Papa. Susan, you might want to get a TENS unit as well. That works for me. It's electric shock therapy. You put it on either side and just turn it up as much as you can handle it. Exhaust is the muscles, and then ice, not heat, on your back, because it'll bring down that swelling and bring the pain down. Yeah. When my back goes out, Susan, that's what I have to do. That and prayer and all of it. I do believe in prayer because I've seen God work here on our channel radically. You know, people were dying of COVID and they got survived. Yeah. Yeah, anyway. But anyway, what else we got? We can look at the COD, and looks like here in Great Lakes area's got some wackadoodle stuff. Looking at the dirty, yeah. Indiana, Iowa, Illinois, Ohio, and Michigan, and all that. Minnesota, got a little noise too. And then up Central California, Northern California's got a little something. And down south, out here, we have the monsoonal kind of spinning around. Let's put it in order here. We'll see what's going on. Yeah, just unstable weather for me. SoCal looks high and dry. Little noise off the Carolinas. On the hurricane watch, Eastern Pacific, nothing. Central Pacific, nothing. Atlantic, we got a little noise down there. Right now, it's a 0% chance, right way down there by the Caracas. And we can't even see it on this map. We'd have to go global and check it out. Yeah, right there. All right, so it's not developing into anything yet, but waves of stuff are moving across from right to left. That means, yes, ma'am, and yes, sir, El Nino is dead over here. Although it is moving this direction over here. Converging. Uh-oh. And the storm index. Let's check out the storm index. Right now, hey. Yeah, over this portion of North America, yeah, slight chance of elevated severe weather. All right. Yeah. So as my stomach growls. What else we have? Dun 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 dun. Yeah. Looking at old Windy. Let's check out Windy here. As we've exhausted all the other doohickeys. Wave height. Let's see. Wind. See, senor. Well, all right. The anomaly's not showing anything, but everything down here is moving. Yeah, as you can see. The south is picked up. A lot of moisture up in the air, and we'll see. You can see it coming off of the Northern Island, New Zealand. Yeah, and eddy, pretty strong eddy right there. All right, of wave height, 20 some feet, and all that kind of moseys on up. Yeah, currents are moving that direction. Yeah. Moving south. All right. Moving on north. Pretty strong. 14-foot seas. All righty then. Well, sure. And back to, there we go. Now, I do not know what the heck is going on today, so let's go ahead and check it out. I guess, I guess, in August, it's Independence Day for the Ukraine, but they're in war, so, Israel is still doing his thing, and they're going to now draft ultra-Orthodox men. That's a big deal. The U.S. is pressuring Israel to have a post-Gaza war plan. Yeah, I think the U.S. or whoever's running the freaking thing has a plan, and they want to impose on it. Yeah, help these bugs, come back. There's a little bit of a setback in the talks between the two parties, Israel and that. Lebanese escalation is happening, the war up there, and they're being judicious about it, and they're kicking the shit out of the Iranian bugs up there, the Iranian-backed bugs. Hate is just, it's terrible, and killing people just because you hate them. Ugh. But it is our sin. It's in all of us, and every time we hate somebody, Netanyahu's not gonna agree to the deal that ends the war in Gaza, because he's gonna eradicate them sons of bitches. Remove Hamas and the bugs. That's because they're terrorists. You have to kill the bugs or get rid of them. And the Gaza people, they're just caught in the middle, unfortunately for them. And it's just sad. Julian Assange is now in Bangkok. Right? He's on his way to the United States for extradition from England. And I think that's bullshit, but yeah. I mean, it's truth. You have to be careful with what you post, you know. Hillary Clinton says Biden must confront Trump in the debate, and he must, you know, be direct and, you know, I don't know how it's going to happen, but I think that the person who wears the mask may be the guy who does it, you know, or the doppelganger, you know. I'm not sure our current president can do it. There's a report out, there are no Fortune 100 CEOs that have donated to Trump. I don't know why. They want, is it that they're getting rich under Biden? Well, I'm not sure. Yeah. Consumer confidence is ebbing slightly in June. That means it's going things are tightening. Food's getting really outrageous. What the hell? People being charged for under Biden's new gun law? More than 500 people, some linked to transnational cartels and organization crime rings, have been charged with gun trafficking and other crimes under the landmark gun safety legislation he signed 2 years ago. The White House obtained Associated Press implement Bipartisan Safe Communities Act and said enhanced background checks under new laws have stopped roughly 800 sales of 500. 800 sales, that's like one day. Of people under age of 21 who are prohibited from buying them. Yeah, you shouldn't. Yeah. It highlights 14 states are using, planning to fund the legislation, make a better red flag laws. Yeah. Don't get labeled, you know. If your wife yells at you and throws something at you and you throw something back, you can lose your gun rights for 2 years. Yeah. Because you threatened her. Isn't that kind of stickler? But it is kind of good because if you do have domestic violence, I don't think violence is the answer to anything. I mean, I think it's an end of things, but I don't think it's the answer. It's a finality for the one that dies. But hey, whatever. Sad state of affairs here. NATO fears Russia is attacking the undersea infrastructure it has. You know? Did you know about that? Huh? Now, it's taking steps to stop that, but a 32-nation alliance has formed an undersea infrastructure coordinating group consisting of military and civilian officials along with representatives from the private sector. We know the potentialities there, they said, and we need to do something. War planning is knowing where critical infrastructure of your enemy is. Yeah. It's like, hey, we're a little bit exposed. Yeah, you are. Yeah. Stupid idiots. Stupid freaking idiots. U.S. house prices have increased a little bit in the U.S. a little bit. You know, that's kind of good for me if you have a house. Interest rates right now is at 7.02%. Still pretty high, but not as high as 1989 or something like that, or way back when, right? 2016 was all low, man. You're talking 2s and 3s and 4s. In 18%, the crisis that happened in 2018, 2017 from 16, it was as high as 4.72, 5.5. Then it dropped to the lowest level, 2.95. And now it's, the height of it was 7.91, and now we are at 7.02. Yeah, it's the highest it's been in a while. I mean, 22 went from 3.19 all the way to 7.1. It went up 4 points. Yeah. And do you know who went into office then? Yeah, that's right. Yeah. But, yeah. This is interesting. The law enforcement is spying on thousands of Americans' mail. Did you know that? The post office rarely denies the police from doing that. Federal agents are looking at information displayed on letters and packages without court order. Postal Service has gotten more than 60,000 such requests since 2015. 90% of them were approved. Don't send shit through the mail, man. A federal offense. You know? Have a courier at least. What else? The U.S. is going to send another $150 million worth of munitions to Ukraine. It costs a lot of money, that war. And we've given just a massive amount. And Netflix is correlating Mar-a-Lago with the Nazis. Let me tell you straight. The Nazis aren't the right. Don't allow them to tell you. They're not the right. They're the left. Do you understand? They are socialists. Yeah. Socialists. They're not freedom-loving Republicans or moderates. They're Nazis. This idea that Nazis is on the right, it never made sense to me. But you do the research, it's definitely on the left. And it's the cancer that's happened, I don't know, way back in like 1890 that's, been destroying America ever since. There was a social movement that was good, taking kids out of working underground, and, safety laws for women and giving them rights to vote and all that social justice and stuff, that was right. But the communism had took over the Democrat Party in about 1915. And ever since, the KKK and the white supremacists that are all on that side, they've been saying, oh, it's on the right. It's not. It's on the left. The KKK was created by the Democrats to push back from who? Abraham Lincoln. Look your history up. Most people are ignorant of this. They don't know because they just believe what they're told. Do the research, you'll find. There's a representative, Paulina Luna, a representative over in Florida, is going to force a vote to have Merrick Garland arrested and detained. Yeah. And the greatest dude that everybody is coming after, InfoWars is going to be shut down permanently and its assets liquidated because a bankruptcy court trustee is planning to shut down Alex Jones. He's just going to go somewhere else, start a new company, start a new deal. Maybe watch his mouth a little bit more. But anyway, back to Anna Paulina. She's planning to use a congressional maneuver first used in the 18th century to force a vote on the detainment of the Attorney General Merrick Garland over his refusal to release Special Counsel Robert Hur's audio tapes to Congress. Yeah. We'll see how that pans out. That'll be interesting to see. Supreme Court is adding 2 more opinions this week to their docket. It's alternate schedule because of everything what's going on. Shifts more than dozens of cases awaiting decisions, including the former President Trump's immunity case. And I think that's a pretty good case. Now I listened to both arguments and I hear a lot of fear on either side. And I think it's going to be a split decision. I think it'll go Trump's way. The court added Thursday, Friday as opinion days for previously adding Wednesday. The High Court last week added Friday as an opinion day as well, according to The Hill. 14 cases still have to be decided by the court. We'll find out what's going on. Should be this week we find out, truthfully, in my opinion. What? Masks going from mandated to criminalized? In some states, masks going from mandated to criminalized is the headline. Coronavirus cautions Americans are worried as state legislators are reinstating the dormant laws that criminalize mask wearing to penalize pro-Palestinian demonstrators who conceal their faces. Take them all off. That's right. Criminalize the masks. There you go. You don't need them anyway. I mean, talk about a guy with some big, giant freaking cojones because he's reckless and he thinks his shit don't stink. And no, it's not me. Alec Baldwin. His attorneys are asking the judge to dismiss the case. It's an involuntary manslaughter trial against the actor. He shot the people. Hey, look, everybody knows you have a weapon. It's your responsibility to check it, not the other person. The other person already is in jail. Yeah. The armorer. She went to freaking jail. But she also let it out in court that he was always been reckless. Little booze and guns don't mix. Fit can happen, man. Fit can happen. The judge, Mary Marlowe Summer, is scheduled to hear the arguments on Monday. Baldwin's trial is scheduled to begin next month. Hang him by his balls, man. The guy he's got issues, and look, you pulled the trigger and you killed somebody and wounded another. It's your fault. You should have checked. Shit happens, man. And Baldwin pleaded not guilty to the involuntary manslaughter charge, which carries a maximum sentence in that state of only 18 months. Yeah. He needs to do it. He needs to do the full 18. Just because he's got money doesn't mean he should be able to get away with it, in my opinion. Macron. Yeah, Francis Macron. Macron. Well, I think that's whatever. He's warning of a civil war. French President Emmanuel Macron told a podcast on Monday that the far-right National Rally, the RN party, and the left-wing National Popular Front coalition, the commies, risk bringing civil war to France. Generation Do-It-Yourself, that the manifesto of the RN party, which election pollsters put to first place, and their solutions to deal with fears over crime and immigration were based upon stigmatization or division. No, you jack. Anyway. Let's go with the right. Come on, baby. You can't bring all those people into your country and not... I mean, every country needs more bodies in it, right? For the tax base. That's why we're doing it. For no other freaking reason. Because we need the money. But the problem is they send the money south. And now they charge them for that stuff. But, yeah. Mm-hmm. Macron is a commie. He's like a little freaking Napoleon. Yeah, I bet you in his background there's some sort of Napoleon complex in him. Because he's a bit of a wackadoodle, in my opinion. If you have a different opinion, go right ahead. What? Yeah. California started July 1st, 24 will impose another tax hike on gun purchases. Otherwise, a weapon costs $500 a day. Now costs $700. Don't forget the ammo cost. Yeah. The news told you that Julian Assange was heading back to Australia? No, let's wait in North America. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, let's see. And let me see if there's anything else for y'all while we wrap it up here. We've got a couple minutes. British activist Tommy Robinson is now arrested in Canada by undercover police after delivering a powerful speech on censorship and government overreach. Yeah. Don't go to Canada, anybody. Commies love being there. Yeah. Commie fags. Yeah, they said it. The Trump campaign was hit by a gag order by CNN days ahead of Network's national presidential debate. Oh my gosh. You know what I would do? I'd say go flug yourself, and I wouldn't even show up to the damn thing. You know. Yeah. That's what I'd do. I wouldn't even do it. And they'll say, oh, here's afraid. No, you're an idiot. I'm going to talk to an idiot. There's a bit of news. Long-term Democrat out of Chicago is busted. He gets 13 years. Yeah, for being corrupted. Mm-hmm. Wow. One of the greatest places of all time, Hooters, just closed. 40 locations. What are those little girls going to do in their little short shorts? What's that thing? What's that website, that crazy website? Seemed like all the girls have. I forget what it's called, but maybe they're going to do that already. Again, I don't know if they do it already. I don't know. Sex sells, baby. This debate that we're going to have, between the presidents, will be Thursday. Trump standing for optimism and renewal, and Joe Biden stands for pessimism and decline. Well, that's because he's declining, a pessimist. Yeah. A CNN debater, moderator's husband is one of the 51 spies who lied to American public about the Hunter laptop. He is, because he's CI fucking A, man. Yeah, he's a knock. Yeah, there's a lot of knocks out there. Narcs out there too. Watch out. Hey, put a couple of these in there. I've probably said that many times. There's a study out there right now between white cows and brown cows to determine whether or not milk has been racist. Because the brown cows, you get chocolate milk, and white cows, you get white milk, and they pushed white milk. Mm-hmm. It's tied to colonialism. Yeah. The government's doing a study on it. Why white supremacists are chugging milk? I told you, because they're lefties. They're not right. PETA has published an article, Why Cow's Milk is a Perfect Drink for White Supremacists. Mm-hmm. Did you know that? Yeah. So if you drink white milk, you're a commie-loving Nazi. White supremacist. Mm-hmm. Wow. Wisconsin Election Commission is being accused of contempt of court because it disregards a temporary restraining order. Yeah. Why? About absentee ballot envelopes. The news comes in the heels of partisan August 13 primary, just as clerks are preparing to mail out the ballots. On June 24th, lawyers representing a Wisconsin voter named Thomas Olenberg filed a motion accusing the WEC of being in contempt of court. For context, the Marionette County judge granted temporary restraining order last month against the WEC, Wisconsin Elections Committee, saying that the state election committee must not require clerks to use newly designed absentee ballot envelopes until the judge makes a final ruling. According to state law, these ballots envelopes were designed in a manner that violates existing Wisconsin election laws. Yeah, they're trying. They're trying, baby. Take your vote. Will you let them? Will you let them? All right, well, the soon nuclear people are still putting that barrier in, and it's pretty tall, and we're still doing it. Very good job. And no earthquakes really pounding us right now, which is okay. Don't mind that at all. Yeah. Big hugs, y'all. And remember the rabbit hole. Here. Remember this.
The rabbit hole was created to dive deeper into subjects that needed further examination. Hi, I'm Joe, and my guest and I will take you on a journey of discovery and exploration. We will provide insight and theories regarding the subjects we discuss. Come join us live at joeslicklive.locals.com, or you can join us on Facebook or Twitch or YouTube. Thanks, and look forward to seeing you. And remember, don't get none on you.
Make sure you subscribe, like, and share, and hit that bell so you get notifications when we do go live, because we do go live a lot of times. There was 2 rabbit holes last week, on Wednesday and again on Saturday. If you missed those, you can find those over on Locals. Look up Joe Slick Live over there on your Locals. You'll find it there. And yeah, big hugs, y'all. And I'm off to work. 8:56 here in the West. And I don't know what temperature it is, but it's cold in here. Yeah. 92 degrees here. Will be cooler than yesterday. Sheesh. It was over 100 yesterday. So big hugs, y'all. Love you. Thanks for being here. And thanks for your tips and your subscriptions, because they help fund what I'm doing here. This Wednesday, hopefully some of the other products come in, and I'll give you a nice update on the studio here. You'll actually see video of it. So, and what's been going on here, because it's been a lot of change has been happening here at JSL. You were at 6 months in, and still working a little bit, and got some work to do this week, and we'll see what transpires. And again, I'll show you a lot of what's going on here in the studio of Joe Slick Studios. Lunchtime, 78 degrees Fahrenheit. Well, I got 92 right now, buddy. Pull my finger. Anyway, I know it's disgusting, but who knows? Like, yeah, you're walking down the street and somebody farts, you're gonna laugh. Anyway, God bless y'all, and I'll see you tonight. And if anything happens, I'll do a report tonight. If not, yeah. Sumatra, Indonesia has got a little bumpy bump right now. It's not a big one, but it's a little bump. Looks like in the 4 range. Big hugs, y'all.